SoFi is one of those stocks that many investors feel like they have missed the move. Anybody who got in wants to add more, and anyone who hasn't gotten in yet is wondering, should they invest into SoFi? There's a lot of videos out there saying that SoFi could run to the moon, it could explode, it's going to go so high, but the reality is there's always going to be ups and downs in a stock, and there's always going to be pullbacks. I explained to all of you guys on YouTube and my Discord that SoFi was a very strong buy when it was $6 in April of 2024, and I told everyone to dive in when it dropped to $11 this past spring, early summer of 2025, and now the stock has pushed $30, and now it's pulled back again to $25. So the question is, should you be entering or looking to enter into SoFi? Well, that is exactly what we're going to look and dive into in this video, but I want you guys to understand that this is something I've been doing a long time, and it's how I'm teaching my students to make so much money in Discord by picking good stocks, good companies, timing them the right way, dollar cost averaging, a lot of strategies, and that is how we're making the profits you're seeing on the screen. I have students that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars on just a couple of trades. And you can see right there, I put out Tempest AI, Meta. There's also trades from Microsoft, Oracle, Broadcom, Snowflake, and so many others that have helped students like Xander go from $10,000 to over $110,000 in just 1 month. And many other students like Josh, who went from 300 to 800K and now to $1 million. So let's dive right into SoFi and let's try to understand what's happening here, because this is a stock that you should definitely be looking at to potentially add to your portfolio now, especially after the most recent pullback. SoFi Technology says it's expanding the types of option strategies available to customers of SoFi Invest, the company's investing platform for self-directed investors. In the coming weeks, eligible customers will be able to sell covered calls and write cash-secured puts directly from the SoFi app. SoFi options trading will have zero commissions and zero contract fees. The company says it will also remove exercise and assignment fees for option trading to reduce costs of active traders. Regulatory fees may still apply. SoFi says eligibility for the new strategies, which fall under its Options Level 1 program, will be determined by factors such as trading experience, investment objectives, financial situation. SoFi will also provide educational resources within its app to help customers better understand the potential risks of options. Certain option strategies, such as purchase protective puts, were already available to eligible SoFi customers. The company refers to these strategies as Level 2. SoFi shares, one of the most consistent requests we've heard from SoFi Invest members was options access to Level 1, and we're thrilled to deliver on demand, says Anthony Noto, CEO of SoFi. By expanding access to these options trading and embedding education directly into the experience, members can respond and diversify. By expanding access to options trading and embedding education directly into the experience, members can responsibly diversify their strategies and pursue their long-term financial goals with confidence, all within SoFi's one-stop shop. We all remember when Anthony Noto said it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when SoFi becomes one of the biggest banks and fintechs in the United States, and it looks like they're doing exactly just that. The move comes as SoFi strives to broaden its services and win more wallet share with customers. It also lays the foundation for future offerings such as options trading in IRAs, as well as 0 days to expiration options, according to the company. The San Francisco company has been growing at a fast clip. It added 850,000 new customers or members in the company's parlance in the second quarter. That brought SoFi's total members to 11.7 million. The company offers a range of banking and lending services such as student loan refinancing, checking accounts, credit cards, and high-yield savings accounts. It also has robo-advisor and SoFi Invest, its commission-free platform for self-directed investors, which launched in 2019 and has continued expanding its offering and has recently added alternative investment funds. Other financial services companies have been expanding their platforms for self-directed investors, whose ranks have expanded dramatically since the pandemic. For example, Robinhood launched a new trading platform for active users last year, and banks such as JP Morgan and Chase, Bank of America, have been trying to win customers' brokerage business by building out their self-directed brokerage platforms. But that's all well and good. What about Galileo and Technisys, the AI behind SoFi? Let's take a look and a dive into that. Then we're going to look at the charts and try to understand what's going on within SoFi. SoFi's Galileo platform remains a foundational pillar in fintech infrastructure in 2025, powering millions of enabled accounts and driving significant innovation across SoFi's financial product ecosystem. Galileo's technology platform segment continues to post steady revenue growth, fueled by expansion from existing clients and entry into new segments. Galileo excels in offering a unified API-first platform that combines digital banking, card issuing, payments, fraud detection, and compliance into one cohesive system. Its programmable architecture enables fintechs to issue virtual and physical cards, managing account lifestyles, and execute secure payments ranging from ACH and wire transfers to real-time push payments. The platform's capabilities include a suite of developer tools such as sandbox environments, event APIs, dispute management, and real-time transaction controls, which speeds up product innovation and operational efficiency. One of Galileo's recent standout innovations is the Cyberbank Connect AI-powered virtual assistant, which delivers omnichannel customer support, reducing operational costs while improving users' experience with faster response times. Additionally, Galileo's broad client base now includes major financial institutions such as Banco Nación in Argentina, whose adoption of Galileo's digital banking infrastructure has led to strong organic client growth. Complementing Galileo's growth, its peers, Adyen and Marqeta, offer competitive fintech solutions in the payments ecosystem. Adyen, a publicly traded leader of Euronext Amsterdam, provides end-to-end payment processing and unified commerce solutions globally, serving big brands with omnichannel payment flexibility and fraud management capabilities. Marqeta, listed in the NASDAQ, specializes in modern card issuing with open APIs allowing instantaneous virtual and physical card issuance, granular spend controls, and just-in-time funding, key strengths that mirror Galileo's card services. Together, SoFi's Galileo, Adyen, and Marqeta represent three leading fintech infrastructure platforms, with Galileo emphasizing a deep integration and AI-powered innovation alongside Adyen's global scale and Marqeta's developer-friendly card issuance. This makes Galileo a critical enabler for the fintechs building the next wave of financial products. This essentially is the wave of the future for fintechs and banking. SoFi, based on everything I've just explained to you guys and pretty much exactly what was said by the CEO just about 6 to 8 months ago, Anthony Noto stated that it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when SoFi becomes one of the biggest banks in the United States. And it's particularly interesting that all of this is transpiring right after he said that. They've also pretty much sandbagged to some degree every earnings, under promising and over delivering and crushing earnings every single time. SoFi has a consistent growth pattern with a very strong CEO, very strong growth, and very consistent growth, which is key. This is not a stock that goes up $5, goes down $5. It's steadily going up with a few pullbacks along the way, and has a pretty near picture perfect growth. It's what you'd expect from a stock. Go from 6 to 18, back to 12, then it moves its way back up to 22, 23, pulls back to 21, runs to 30, back to 26. Now it makes its next run up. It's steady growth. This is what happens in the stock market. There's risks with every investment. Everything that you're looking at in the stock market has potential risks, so please manage accordingly, and no more than 10% of your portfolio in any one stock. You must be safe. But SoFi is a very strong investment, even at the current price, and in my opinion is looking to really rally and go much higher. I'd want to be in SoFi now before it's too late, because essentially this stock has so much potential to hit 30 or 35 by the end of the year, maybe even 40 or 45 by the end of next year or more. It's hard to say exactly where it'll go or when, but it's likely based on its current progress and how much it's moved over the last year that there's so much growth left in SoFi. Its price to sales was also very low, around 2 when the stock was $6, and it's now shot up to 25. Most price to sales on stocks like this are going to be somewhere in the $12 to $20 range. Even currently, SoFi fluctuates between 6 and 8 price to sales, usually on the lower end of 6, and that pretty much signifies the stock still has a 3 to 4x growth potential on the horizon based on what they're doing currently. So let's go ahead and take a look at SoFi on the chart and kind of discuss what we should be doing with SoFi right now the safe way. But before we do that, if you're wondering how to trade in the market, maybe you're new, maybe you just don't understand this, maybe this is confusing you, don't understand how to invest properly, you're having issues getting in and out, you're losing money, this is okay, this happens. My goal here is to help you. If you want to learn how to do this the right way, take control of your portfolio and make the right decisions, like you see my student doing right here with our Tempest AI play, our Meta, Oracle, Broadcom, Snowflake, making tens of thousands of dollars. And you want to be just like my students, and grow your portfolio consistently, I would love to help you. The link to get started in Discord is below. And remember, what you put off today for tomorrow, somebody else put off yesterday for today. Seize the moment, take action now. I will show you exactly what you're doing wrong, like I show all of my students in Discord, so that I can get you on the winning path to retirement, consistent income, and help you grow your portfolio and achieve your goals. Don't just take my word for it. Let's take a listen to what my student Xander had to say. We are here with one of my newest students, Xander. How you doing, Xander?
Good.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
Yeah. So when I was watching other YouTubers, they were really pushing a certain mode of saying oh, you're going to make $1 million, over 500,000 with such a small account, and pushing so many numbers that just seems so unrealistic, where you seem to push a more focused strategy and actually explain stuff more to the point instead of just pushing the Discord. And it just made me pick yours over everyone else's. You didn't try and give unrealistic expectations, right? You actually gave a focused and clear strategy to how we'd make money.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear. And that is the goal.
I originally started with $12,000 when I joined your Discord. I never done options before that. And it's kind of crazy what I'm at now. From $12,000 just a month in your Discord, I'm at just over $104,000. So just unbelievable, life-changing money. It's just crazy.
Wow. So you went from 12,000 over 104,000 in 1 month in the Discord.
Yeah, just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it when I did around 9 trades, and just the amount of success that your trades were and so accurate. It was like 9 out of 9 trades, 104,000 from 12. I couldn't thank you more. It's just been awesome.
Awesome. That is amazing success. And in 1 month, that is like a 10x return, which is
1,000%. Yeah, over 1,000% I made in 1 month, just from your strategies and just from what you've put out in the Discord.
Based on what it cost you to join and what you've made and the group itself and just overall the education I provide, is it worth it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, people need to understand that your Discord community is insane. I made, in the span of a month, I made 12 new friends that have just been helping me and explaining to me trades that I haven't even thought about taking that were put out from you, and just explain the trades and give me an overall better understanding of how your Discord works. And if anybody's thinking of joining the Discord, 100%, please go through those training modules. They're step by step, and obviously they'll learn at your pace. So if you can't do it some days, it's okay. But those training modules really gave me a baseline of how to actually do the options, how to take Corey's trades. And once I got to the module, I got through in the week. I just destroyed them all. I love learning. After that, I started to take trades, and it was just profits from there. Unbelievable. And I just couldn't thank Corey more.
So you heard my student Xander had to say. If you want this to be your success story, take action right now and let me help you to live your best life and achieve your goals consistently, safely in the market. I would love to help you. I look forward to seeing you real soon. The link to get started in Discord is below. So here we can see SoFi has pulled back from its most recent high. We can see it settling in right here at 25.88. And if I scroll to the left, I'm pretty sure there's going to be somewhere there's going to be support. And you can see right here, just so happens to be, support is right here and right here, right on the previous peaks during COVID. These are areas in which people sold and there was a lot of supply, the supply zone. And because that's happening in this area, and now the stock price is coming back here, everybody that sold in this area is going to buy back. So this is going to create a nice, stable foothold for SoFi. Very likely SoFi could dip into the $23, $24 range, potentially with the market the way it is, but it could also just stay at 25. But somewhere in this range, I would say 24, 25 is where it's going to base and consolidate. And that's the likelihood. There's no guarantee, but it's very strong. Pretty much everywhere between 23 and 25 has a lot of strong support. So essentially, I would be looking at this area right here, which I will change the color of. This orange area would be the area in which the stock is likely to traverse in and consolidate. However, if it doesn't break $25 and it stays above 25, it's highly unlikely the stock will go below that, because that is the support. So if it ends up basing at 25 and consolidating and then starting to go up, it likely will not break 25. It'll be much stronger confluence. But either way, I'd be looking to get into SoFi because all stocks return to their recent highs, especially if they're good companies like SoFi. So we know that SoFi can reach $31 and eventually almost for sure reach that price again. We have earnings coming up. So we've got ourselves a nice $6 upside already. So if we can get in down here in the $24 range, maybe sell some puts at 24 and 25, we collect that premium. If we get in at 24 or 25, that premium is going to give us an average of 23. So now we're in at a very decent price. SoFi has a lot of potential in front of them. A lot of runway. They're just getting started. They're at the current price of their IPO back in 2021 when it spiked up. And then it dipped back down in the $14 range. It spent a lot of time down between $3 and $9. And I told a lot of students to buy it in here in the $5 and $6 range. And now you can see it's way up here. So you don't want to miss this opportunity on SoFi. This stock is very, very strong. It doesn't mean there won't be a pullback. It doesn't mean there won't be risks. There will always be risks and there'll always be pullbacks. But long-term, dollar cost averaging as the stock goes down, following my 33-10 rule, my AVP, my DFib, my D-stochastics, RSI, and the things I teach in Discord, very important to understand the movement of this stock. And every stock, for that matter, in the stock market. So you really want to pay attention to this and watch the stock move. If it comes down, let's say a little bit, then you just add a little bit. Dollar cost average. If it comes down again, add. If it runs, add a little bit here. Average is going to be in here, and you're going to have more shares. More shares, more profits. 1,000 shares at 25 will be more profitable if the stock goes to 35 than 200 shares at 20. It really doesn't matter as much about just the average cost. The amount of shares is pretty much equally as important. The more you have and the lower the cost, the better you are. And this is what you want to do when you're looking at it. And this red line right here is where SoFi could potentially pull back to. And if this were to happen, I would add even more. So I would add here and here. And if it drops down here, I'd add more. And if it consolidates, drops, I'd add more and more. If it goes up, I'd still add a little more. You'd want to kind of add a lot of shares in this area. That would be a really strong price for SoFi, and it would be exactly what I would want. I don't think it's going to go this low, but only time will tell. SoFi is very strong, but what we're looking to do is understand the narrative. The narrative is that SoFi in the coming years is likely to end up here in the $40, $50 range. So if you're entering down here and averaging your cost between this box somewhere, it doesn't matter. The stock goes down, up, down, up, down. None of this matters. You're starting here and you're ending there. All the stuff in between is noise. And it's what I teach in Discord. This is just barely scratching the surface. It is psychology 101 and it is noise. If you're getting in at 23 and you're getting out at 50, what happens in between is irrelevant, especially if it's a strong stock. And especially if you mitigate your position properly and average it. And not only that, you have risk management. You don't want any more than 10% of your portfolio in any one stock or one sector. And my 33-10 rule says to average your cost across 3 dollar cost averages. So if the stock is $25, that's $2,500 for 100 shares. So if you can't afford 300 shares, $7,500 at being 10% of your portfolio, that's $75,000, but it increases the risk. And this is what I'd be looking at doing. SoFi is definitely a strong stock and definitely a great candidate to invest into before the move happens. There's a big move coming, in my opinion, on SoFi in the coming months and year, and I would want to be in before this happens as the economy gets stronger. Interest rates go down, stocks like this will go up, and you'll wish you had been in it. Remember, be safe. I look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord. If you want to sign up for Discord so I can help you grow your portfolio and achieve your goals, just like the students you're seeing on the screen, and live your best life. The link to get started in Discord is below. Look forward to seeing you in the next video and the Discord real soon. One love, fam.